Hi everybody, thanks for joining me. It's good to be here. Welcome to Friendship Shaving. I've got a razor to use this week that I'm a little bit unsure about, to be honest. I've had it quite a little while. It's Italian. You've no doubt seen one before, but it is the Duane shavette style razor. It's very inexpensive. I'm going to be using that with, and I haven't got one ready, here we go, there's one over here, with a Voskhod, a sunrise blade, and we'll get that ready in a moment. I'm going to be using my deluxe shaving brush, so I'll just pop that in a drop of water. And I'm going to be using my Groom Room Bolt and Myrtle. I had a query in the week about the Proraso White, and the query was from Keith, and he asked, should you use it, should you wet your face before you use it, or should you put it on dry? Now I always wet my face before I use it, but I put it on dry tonight and I found that it was absorbed into my skin very quickly. So perhaps if you wet your face beforehand, it stops that absorption. That's my thought on it, but it was something that I was really quite unsure about. Now, I'll just load this brush up. I've gone straight onto a dry pack, as is my wont recently. And that already seems to be really quite enough. That'll do, we'll see how we go with that. I'm going to use this little bit of soap that's in here. I can just rub that in. Now I have noticed in picking up this razor that I think it's designed to be used by a barber, and in fact Gordon, who sent it to me, is a barber himself. The reason I think that is because if I use it this side, it's fine, but if I swap hands, the blade comes to the outside and it can't be used with the left hand. So I do think that it's designed for a right-handed barber, where the barber would do one side of the face and turn the client's head and shave the other side of the face. So I think that's why the blade only sits on one side. So perhaps if you see a cheap shavette style razor, that is something to consider. You might also notice that the cap has a curve to it, and I think that is so you can put it against your skin and turn or roll on that cap until the blade touches, and I think that will give you the correct shaving angle. We'll see. I've not used this before, so you know, it really is a good test of the razor. As I say, I think it is designed for a barber. Either that or there is a design fault in the razor, which doesn't seem very likely at all. So I'm going to put my Voskhod blade on the cap. It sits in quite well, and I'm just going to pop that on there and tighten up the screw. There we go. Put it that way. Do you know, with the Proraso White Pre-Shave and my malt and myrtle soap, my face is really cold. It's going to be a very refreshing shave, I think. I'm going to add a drop more water to this. Do you know, I love this soap from the grooming, I think it's great. There we are, I think that'll do. I'll just smooth it out a little bit. You know, I know I use a straight razor, and I've got my feather non-folding razor, that one there, but I've really been unsure about using a shavette style razor. I can't really say why, so I'll just drain some water, excuse me. As usual, I'm going to start without my glasses. They do tend to get in the way a little bit. So let's see if we can get this angle right. I kind of have the feeling that these style razors are going to be aggressive. There's no reason why that should be the case, but that's just how I feel. So obviously, to change hands, I need to change the razor around entirely, and it will mean that the little hook on the end of the tang there, the little tail, is actually the wrong way around. Do you know, I think I'm going to change that razor blade. Let's see what I've got in my mug. It's my beloved Voscod. I used it in my Feather WS, and I noticed that unusually it was pulling and tugging slightly, and I just thought that was perhaps to do with the fact that excuse me, I've got a couple of ulcers right on the end of my tongue, and I just managed to bite them there. That's made my eyes water. I'm sorry about that. As I was saying, I just thought it was an oddity with the razor rather than the blade. So this would be the second time of using this Voskhod, and I'm finding exactly the same thing. It's just tugging a little bit. And I've only got a day's growth on me, so really it shouldn't be tugging at all. So I'm putting in a Gillette 365 stainless blade. Now, I've always really got along with Voschods, so I hope this is just an odd one, because I've never experienced anything but a very, very smooth shave with a Voskhod. Right, back to it. Now I'm trying to keep that angle in what I think is the right position, so it stays a mild shave, but I can really feel the blade now. I'm finding I'm having a tendency to kind of roll the razor that way, and that's making it more aggressive. Now again, because I'm going to swap hands, he says, thinking very hard about it, the little tail is the wrong way around again, so it's as I said before, it's perhaps just something to be aware of, that not all shavette style razors are made for. That's the wrong way, see? I haven't turned it around. Are made for the home shaver. Oh, I just had it lovely there. That was really good. Right, swap it around. Okay, so first pass. That was quite interesting. Obviously it is a very, very lightweight razor. When my hands are wet, this is a little bit slippy. Put a drop of water back on that brush. You know, I can already feel my neck is a little bit sore. I may just go with the grain on my neck on this second pass. There we are. I've just made that a little bit thinner. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more glide. Now my flannel's dropped on the floor, so we'll switch to the hand towel. Okay, so second pass, here we go. Nearly. That way. No. That way. Oh, I've got a little spot there. I must admit, I'm finding this to be a little bit awkward. And it is solely the swapping from hand to hand that is causing me, a little bit of an issue. Oh. I'm really hot. This soap and a pre-shave, I don't know whether it's because I put it on with a dry face, but my face feels really, really hot. A bit weird, to be honest. I'm absolutely boiling. Right. I think that will do. I can feel that. Let's have some cold water. I can feel that I'm close here. I missed just a bit there, on my sort of awkward bits. And the same here. Even though I haven't gone against the grain, it's not bad actually on my neck. But honestly, after that first pass, I couldn't go against the grain. So I think that would be soon remedied once I got used to the razor a little bit, but I'm pretty sure that that razor is for a barber rather than little old me. So as I say, maybe that's something to bear in mind. Now I'm just going to pop on some Proraso green today, and actually I'm going to put on some alum first. Let me wet my face again. Oh yeah, that's close. That's really close. Yeah, I've got some stinging right down here. and on these bits. And, well, pretty much everywhere actually. It's an interesting razor, but I don't think it's one that I'm going to be using again, to be honest. But I was glad to try it, so it really is just the swapping from hand to hand that is the biggest problem. It just takes a little bit of thought. Do you know, I've been looking at it for ages and just wondering about that. You know, considering why the razor blade was just on one side. And that's the only thing that I'll come up with. Right, Proasso green, here we go. Oh. There we are, that is my shave, and a very close one it is too. I'll be honest with you, I don't recommend you buy this for your home use. I'm sure it's all well and good if you're a barber using this with your right hand and you've been practiced with it, but for me it's not so good, and it is mostly, as I say, that swapping. So that is the Razzio razor from Italy. Hope you've enjoyed my little shave. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time around. Have a very good week now. Bye bye.